Emerson.
Well, there's what the car looks like today. And here's Ronnie Dawes. Hi, Ronnie.
Hey, Dave. How you doing?
Good, sir. Tell me about Sunday. What it was? Yeah. Tell me what transpired. You guys were pretty much here in the garage area, keeping an eye on the speeds. And then, what was the thought process when you first went out to make your first qualification attempt?
We had been in the garage for a while, made a few minor changes. We kind of knew where we were. I mean, made some steps. Hopefully there were gains, but since we weren't too far away, we decided to just put it in line, see where we were, get a baseline basically. And we knew we had enough time left to roll it back in line, so that was kind of the plan. And as you know, from the time rolling out, we knew what we were going to do.
So you ran 2:17 basically the first time out. Was that about what you anticipated, you thought you'd do?
Well, obviously we hoped a little bit better, but we didn't expect much more, yes.
So I was listening to the scanner, and Buddy was telling you on the way in, he said the balance on the car was great.
Mm-hmm.
And so you bring him in, and what do you do?
We had another plan already in motion, or what we were going to do, and Dennis got on the radio and says, Ron, I think we need a little more than that. And I said, well, okay. So everybody, or people that started taking a little bit of wing out of their cars, what have you, and Dennis says, he's just right at us at 1 degree. I said, no, a little more, 2. So, and we had run that wing setting previously, so Buddy, reassured him that he had already run that setting before, so it wasn't anything new. It wasn't going to be anything, drastic. At least he had been there before.
So you took 2 degrees out of the back wing, off the back wing. So are you running actually negative at that point?
Yes.
Okay. And did you do anything to the front wings?
Yeah, had to take balance or take weight downforce from the front when you do from the rear. So we had a balance number to go to, and it was a little bit stronger than what we wanted, and we had to be on the safe side. We didn't want any push in the car. It got a little bit too free on them in the last lap, but that's why the last lap fell down, was he got a little bit loose. But
how about air pressure?
Just what we had been testing at, what we'd been running.
And so you just told him, okay, we've taken some rear wing out, so he knew it'd be a little freer then.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And so, but it held pretty good the first 3 laps, and then the last lap, is that just the tires? The Firestone's giving out, not having as much grip? Is that why it got loose the last lap?
It wasn't really the tires giving up per se. He just leaned on it real hard the first 3 laps. So instead of where you hear cars burning off the right front, what have you, he was burnt up the right rear a little bit. So that's why they got looser as the run went on.
How much does just burning off the fuel on those first 3 laps lighten the car up and make it a little bit loose on the last lap?
It's not too bad with the mileage we get in the cars now. It's just, so that's a little bit, but not much.
That was some. I mean, so were you surprised when we saw his warm-up lap speed? It was pretty doggone good. We were thrilled to death. You had to have been thrilled to death too.
Yeah. Now after the warm-up, he typically runs his warm-up is almost as good as his best lap. So I knew it was going to be at least that plus. So yeah. I was hoping, in the 19s. So yeah. At that point, I felt it was good.
What did you think your chances were when you went out? Were you pretty confident that you guys were going to get in the show, or were kind of, oh boy, I don't know what's going to happen here?
No, I never thought that we weren't going to get in the show. But there again, I never realized it was going to be as hard as it was. That's my nature, is that it's not going to be an issue, and we'll get there. And right. So I never thought of the negative. So it was going to be all right, but I didn't realize until after it was over how bad it really was.
How about race day? What do you figure? What's the plans, the strategy for race day?
Quite a bit, believe it or not. The running that we've been doing has been somewhat race trim, because we knew ultimately if we were going to be in the show, we had to kind of know what the race car was going to be like. So we kind of did double duty in the 3 days that we were here. So
very nice. Well, good luck. Thank you for your time, Ronnie. We appreciate it, buddy.
All right, Dave. Thank you.